Good afternoon, everybody. Right, so just been trying to get a bit of resources together and get some bits and bobs done. Thanks for the sub again, Rich. Appreciate it, matey. Right, can everyone hear me okay? I think I've got everything alright. How are we doing today anyway, Rich? You enjoying the sunshine today? It's rather nice day by us here. It's almost summer. Oh, feels like it at least. Okay, so if you missed it, I started this sculpt of Everard from the Chronicles of Aelwyn. So this is a model I did for Winter's Tales yesterday. Now he does have a kind of coat hanging around his neck. So let me just show you the artwork for this dude, and you'll see where I'm going with him. Okay. So here he is. Hey Clunk, how you doing? So here is Everard from the Chronicles of Aelwyn from Winter's Tales. So basically it's just the coat we're looking to be doing today. So I did the dagger, the belt, the boots, the trousers, the vest. So the straps around his arms still to do. This little brown pocket thing with the gold chains on it. Where are you, Prof Clunk? Where in the world are you tuning in from? I know you came in with Winter's Tales yesterday, but... Oh, you are in Australia. Kind of middle of the night there, is it now? Or you're just getting into... Say hello to Mike if you're on his stream as well, mate. Do you notice I've got your mod badge now, mate? I made sure I put it on before I came on stream today. I figured it out. Right. Let's put my reference image up top. Ah, right, yeah, so... See, I always find this really weird, because we're obviously... we're in the complete opposite to you guys, so... We're in spring and it's officially moving into like British summertime now. So our clocks have just gone forward and evenings are getting lighter and everything else. So, hey Kev, how we doing, matey? So yeah, it's always weird. We keep telling our kids about the you know, oh, in Australia they have Christmas on a beach and okay, let's get on with this dude then. So I need I'm going to take the body. I cloned the body yesterday. So what I need to do with this is take the arms and the torso. Clunk, there's no white Christmas here either. It's a fallacy. It's a myth. I think it happened once ever. So it's yeah, it's certainly one of those things that they've just they've spun us a yarn with a yarn of that over the years. Bloody Bing Crosby. Our kids always moan every year about that. When's it gonna snow? It's Christmas time. It's not gonna snow because it's Christmas time. That's how it works. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to shape. It is, yeah, totally. I think it snowed once in the 60s or something like that at Christmas in the UK, and this whole thing of white Christmas has kind of perpetuated from there, really. But we tend to get our snow more like January, February time. Okay, so what I'm doing, I'm just going to make the approximate shape-ish. And this is going to be really rough because it can be. Bunker's just chatting to you, Kev, because he wants to show off his admin badge, his mod badge. Because I've finally done it. I've finally got it sorted. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to hollow out the body. To create up the kind of bit coat, if you like. I'm going to pull the you didn't miss anything, mate. I literally had it on a stream starting soon screen, and then I loaded up and started talking. And I was just saying, I basically I did this model on last night's stream. So yesterday afternoon with AJ from Winter's Tales. So it's one of her characters for the campaign they're running at the moment. So there'll be. I don't think this character's in it this week. She said he's not available because he's doing some stage show or something. Like the guy who plays this character is doing a stage show, not the character himself. But yeah, so on Tuesday now, sorry, on a Monday now, I think we're going to be doing mini Mondays with Winter's Tales. So we're doing a little bit of live streaming with them, getting some of their models done. It should be cool. I'm looking forward to it. Okay, so it's going to make this this big billowy coat that this guy's got. Yeah, they got some really cool characters actually. Looking at the at some of them, they're not like typical D&D type character races. Yeah, but Bunker should have had that badge ages ago. I just didn't even know it was a thing. Because frankly, he's been a godsend since I started streaming. So it's the first character. So I don't know if you saw it on the other stream, but I did this thing for her. So this was the Sky Stalker. I need to sort out the tail. The tail needs to be a bit rockier than that. Rich, shocking. At least it was you muted, not me this time. I'll take that as a win. So yeah, so this monstrosity. I don't know if you saw this on stream when it kind of came out and harangued the players. But yeah, this was the first thing I did for her. And then we've done they're called Vrokin, which are like these. It's basically like the mount. It's like a big horse, except it's like a cross between a cat and a velociraptor or something along those lines. So this is pre-pose. I have done a pose version, but it's on my other laptop. So yeah, I actually missed the battle in the episode. I was watching it when it came out, but I was streaming myself, so I had it muted in the background, so I couldn't kind of hear or see what was going on. I could see what was going on, but I couldn't hear it. So I saw it kind of grace the table and you know, look horrendous. You picture them? What the Vrokin? You mean? They kind of the mount things. They may well end up being a bit wider, to be honest. They've got to be. I've got to do a little bit of tweaking on them, and AJ's requested like 6 of them, so there'll be. I think she said there's 5 males in the party and 1 female because that's the way the pack works. So they've tamed these creatures as mounts. Your lore badge. Yeah, I finally given Bunker a mod badge on his profile now. So when you see him chatting, you'll see his little sword pop up. I don't know why it's a sword. That was like the badge it gave me. It might just be a default, but you know, it's like he's like the Emperor's champion, isn't he now? Or is that going to give him a big head? Or me, maybe, because it's making out like I am the Emperor in that case, isn't it? But yeah, Bunker, when I realised the badges were a thing when you mentioned it the other day, I thought, yeah, I need to give Bunker a badge, because I do appreciate your efforts, mate. So now knowing that it's a thing, I can't deny you a badge. And Kev, your photo made me laugh on I think it was on Instagram with the massive gun at the at Chilcon. Turn dynamic perspective off because that annoys me sometimes. yeah, that was it. Yeah, massive, great big red and black thing. That was pretty sweet, pretty cool, man. So at the moment, I'm just trying to get some, just some kind of like flow to the kind of cape. They magnetise the ammo. Nice. God, that tea's hotter than I thought it was going to be. Ow. God. A liability. Okay, so I need to bring this around his shoulders now. Do you know what? It was good, man. It was a well worthwhile. It was the best one we've done, but the the thing I was impressed with as well, like obviously telling everybody about the website, you're never quite sure how well, you know, if people are going to go off and follow that up. But we did about an extra £300 of website sales, like within 24 hours of the show, and they're still coming in. There's still little dribs and drabs, but so just in case anybody's wondering, we did Chilcon, and one of the things I committed to there was, because we've got like over 1,000 models in the range, it's not feasible to take them all to the show. So if anybody wanted anything that we'd sold out of, or kind of just didn't bring with us, I kind of made the website as accessible as possible as an extension of the show. So we put the code CHILCON20 in. So CHILCON20 gives you 20% off everything, which was what we were selling everything at the day. So the prices were already marked down on the store. But we've also removed all shipping fees for UK orders for the rest of this month. So all throughout April, any website orders for UK delivery are free. So even if you only order one model, we'll still ship it for free for you. But yeah, it's gone down really well. We also had a few American orders in as well, but obviously they're not using the Chilcon thing. But they've come in with like quite hefty amounts, which is nice to see. So we've got them printing and getting them all prepped and everything else. In fact, I think we've nearly finished all the Chilcon orders now. So they'll be all getting shipped in the next day or so, I suppose. Yeah, and again, thank you to you, Kev, for your assistance on the day, matey. It was much appreciated. How was Normsky when you went to go and see him, by the way? No, you far from it, mate. You were most helpful. I was Normsky anyway, but I bet that was rough seeing him though, wasn't it? So I'm going to put a... The lapel rim around here. We'll just polish this out in a sec. At least you made him smile, mate. He don't care now, does he? That's it. No. I mean, I have to say, I don't actually know Normsky. I know of him, I know who he is, but I've never really had any kind of like one-to-one interaction with him, unfortunately. So it's yeah. Although he's been around, he's followed my page and he's like, you know, he's reacted to some posts and stuff, but he's never really been, you know, what's the word? Kind of like. We've never really had that kind of like, you know, one-to-one interaction. My phone buzzing up. Always telling me I can have a mobile dashboard on my Twitch now. Martin over on Facebook, thank you for the like. Let me switch to multi-stream so I can actually get any questions and stuff coming in. I want to chat. Doesn't have to be questions. If you are watching on YouTube or Facebook at the moment, by the way, and you've been messaging me and I'm ignoring you, I apologise. I've literally only just switched over to multi-stream. I keep forgetting to do it. So it's just not good enough, is it? This whole coat thing here gives me kind of like Doctor Strange kind of vibes, you know. What it reminds me of. Oops. Far away, Kev. What's your question, matey? An unladen swallow is in not carrying a coconut? Or are you referring to the coconut carrying ones after they've flown and deposited the coconut? Because I'm pretty sure that's going to slow them down as well. Yes, but is it post depositing a coconut, as in they're tired and exhausted from the flight, or is it or is it kind of like, you know, freshly rested and full of energy? Because a coconut on a swallow is going to be a big demand, you know. Well, I would say you're probably looking in the region of like 50 to 60 kilometres an hour, or give or take. Maybe 35 to 40 if let's say if they're a little bit on the worn out side, having deposited a coconut somewhere. Well, I need to make sure I'm answering the right question. But I will give you an answer. Well, I have given you an answer, but... Anyway, you Elston, giving me questions like that. Have you checked it, by the way? Do you know the answer, or...? Do they have coconuts in Africa, though? No, I think you'll find the correct answer, or the proper answer was it like 45 to 60 kilometres or something like that, give or take. That was my actual answer anyway. I do love a Monty Python bit. Which one? European. So I'm multitasking and failing here. I'm trying to also check my check out a Kickstarter's coming along. See if we passed the 2,500 mark yet. No, we're still. We sat there since like yesterday afternoon. It has no movement at all. I'm gonna have to throw a grumpy imp out later on with a biscuit tray. So coat, lapels, and then we need a collar on the coat. Yep, we need a collar on the coat, which I think I'm going to just mask a chunk and just extrude that, or extract it. I can put it where I need to put it then, and make sure I can see the actual cape in here so we can match it in. You know, years ago, I remember reading it was on the news. Aberystwyth University, I think it was, had introduced a course in Monty Python. Like you could get a degree in Monty Python at the Aberystwyth University in Wales, and it was almost exclusively Japanese students that had signed up for this course. And I didn't realise Monty Python was such a big thing in Japan, but evidently it is. But you know, when you kind of think, how useful would that degree be? Like, unless you go to a job and your future boss is like the biggest Monty Python fan in the world, and they just respect your tenacity of studying it to that level. I can't see there's much call for a Monty Python degree. I'm just going to inflate that and just thicken it a touch. Give it a little bit of polish and Dynamesh. Let's just raise the collars a bit in the corner. You're going to try and unroll, Kev? I'll join you. I'll do one with you. I just love it. I love the Life of Brian and the Holy Grail. Like, I mean, the Frenchmen in the Holy Grail are just incredible, aren't they? It's me fighting all my urges now to do the "Your mother was a hamster" speech in the French accent, which would just be incredibly offensive to anybody watching or anybody listening. And the other one I always loved as well was the meaning of life, like Mr. Creosote and the like the wafer thin mint and all of those kind of bits are just, I mean, they're just brilliant, you know. And the Grim Reaper coming for the dinner party who ate the salmon mousse and stuff like that. It's just brilliant, isn't it? So. But Hayley don't get it at all. Hayley just does not. Yeah, a wafer thin mint. But yeah, Hayley don't get it at all. She just thinks it's ridiculous. And I'm like, that's the point. That is literally the point. It's just silly comedy. Well, it's not funny because it's just ridiculous. It's just silly. So. Get a bucket. That whole sketch is just brilliant, and everybody plays it so well. Like John Cleese is just so stoic in the face of this like vile atrocity of a bloke who's just puking in people's dinners and stuff, and Eric Idle coming out and doing his little bit at the end. And obviously good old Terry as Mr. Creosote and that as well. There's my music gone. What's going on with that? Just paused randomly? It's just randomly paused. There we go. See, I always think of the I think I might have said this on a previous stream actually, but the the City Watch and a lot of the other characters in the Discworld books, as I read them, I can't help but feel that Terry Pratchett was a fan of Monty Python, and some of the characters I can only imagine were written with certain actors in mind, like Rincewind the Wizard. I am almost 99% certain that Eric Idle would have been perfect in that role. Like if you were to take him, obviously not now, but you know, if you were to take him in his prime when he was like, you know, prime Monty Python era and whatever else, I don't think anybody would do Rincewind better. David Jason certainly didn't. He was an abomination as Rincewind. That was just bad casting, that was. But you know, Eric Idle should have been Rincewind, and Vimes, Samuel Vimes from the City Watch captain, or commander rather, absolutely is John Cleese in his Basil Fawlty kind of Basil Fawlty days. Even down to the fact that his wife's called Sybil. Do you know what I mean? So. Yeah, the Colour of Magic, when they did that with David Jason as Rincewind, and I think it was it Sean Astin as, what's his name? The Hogfather. I loved the Hogfather. That was good. But again, they used David Jason as the what's his name now? The butler who lived with death. I forget his name. That's not how I read him in the book at all. I think they got that one wrong. But Tia Timer, perfect. He was amazing in that, and so was Susan. Susan was great. Which one's that one? Fighting for the right. Fighting for the right for a guy to have a baby. And Cleese is like, what's the point? I don't think I've seen that one. Yeah, but yeah, I did enjoy the Hogfather, but the Colour of Magic, they just cast it so wrong. Was it Sean Astin in that? Yeah, Sean Astin as Two Flower. That was just wrong. That was. The wizards. Some of the other wizards were good. Yeah, do you know what? Depp would have done Tia Timer brilliantly, I think, as well. But I think he was a bit old, wasn't he, at the time of doing my wife did what was it called now? It's like a school nativity play, and they wanted to include some like funny bits for the parents, and they were adding all these things in there. And then when like they go to visit baby Jesus in the thing, one of the kids says something like, "Oh, it's the Saviour" or something like that. It's the Messiah. And I said to her, you need to include the line, "He's not the Messiah, he's a very naughty boy," but just have somebody shout it from the background randomly, like, you know. And I said, and watch the parents just erupt into laughter. And because it was Monty Python, she just like stonewalled the idea and she wouldn't have it. And I just think that would have been the best. That would have been the best thing you could have thrown into a kid's nativity play. None of the kids would know what the hell was going on. But any parent worth their salt would have been like rolling in laughter. But then you'd have divided the room, because there would have been people like my wife who just aren't fans. You know what I mean? The travesty of it, But yeah, most of the people who actually played the wizards in it were good. Apart from Tim Curry, it was just, I don't know. I just think I think better people could have done the job, or somebody else could have done the job better than him. Although, do you know what? Terry Pratchett was actually in that, wasn't he? So he was involved in that whole production. So he must have sanctioned it and signed it off. But why have I got a weird little hole in the model here? You alright, Bunker? Are you linking Kev's YouTube channel? Is this something I know I need to see? I mean, his interview with me is good, so... Oh yeah, for definite, yeah. Yeah, give Kev a bit of a follow there and check him out, because he does do some good content. I was watching some of his YouTube videos the other day, and the one where he kind of shows his failures on the slap chop method. That was quite good. You don't realise it's potentially it's such a simple method, but there's also a lot of room to get it wrong. And Kev kind of runs you through some of the pitfalls of it, and how you can go wrong with it. Although I will say, what he said goes wrong. It looks pretty decent to me. It doesn't look like I wouldn't look at it and go, well, that was a failure. There we go. Looks like AJ's going live with. I imagine it's the actual RPG, isn't it? This one, I think. Potato can? What's a potato can? Oh yeah, the interview Kev did with me was a good one. We did end up descending into chatting nonsense at various points. Someone just crashed into my office then. Yeah, no worries. You get off and watch the episode. I'll be sending this over to AJ when it's done, so you'll see the finished version then. And like my video will be on like YouTube and stuff anyway. But enjoy the show, Clunk, and thanks for tuning in again. Be sure to say hi to AJ for me when you're there. Hey Rose, how you doing, mate? Yeah, no, well, the chaos is, well, my son's mate's still here. They've just had lunch and having a bit of a play in the garden, and I think he's going home. But then Hayley, in her infinite wisdom, has booked another play date in immediately following this one. So we get rid of one kid, and then we get another 2 kids in for a second play date. So I think she's a glutton for punishment, frankly, but... You take care too, Clunk. Thanks again. Yeah, sorry, Rosa. Let's turn this off. Let's get some creases going on in these sleeves so they look a bit normal, a bit right. Yeah, well, she's created it, mate. She's kind of booked everybody in for these play dates, and it's that whole that that mum guilt they talk about sometimes. So we've got like a group of friends. There's four families. So we've got one family has 2 girls, one family has a girl and a boy. The other family has a boy and a girl, and each of them has got a child the same age as Jacob, so they're all in the same class. And then they've got other children of varying ages. But you have this kind of like this weird stuff going on where like she organises a play date with one of them, and then feels the need to like then have to have a play date with each of the others like separately. It's like we're off for 2 weeks. It's like we've got 4 days booked in for play dates so far because of having to do all this kind of stuff. And then because Willow doesn't have anybody to play with in three of the families, we end up having to organise separate play dates for Willow as well because Hayley feels guilty about it. And it just it's kind of like, well, where's all our time and stuff? Yeah, and always care if you get off, mate. Do your work. Don't let them catch you in the cupboard. See you later, matey. Thanks for dropping in for a bit. Enjoy the sun. Yeah, it actually feels like summer today, doesn't it? Well, for us it does here at least. No, I don't get them. It's bad, isn't it? I normally have my brother-in-law comes over on a... my brother-in-law normally comes over on a Friday and we do a bit of painting together, and that's not the closest to a play that I get. I see it's lovely and sunny at the moment. We haven't had a... Although saying that, it was quite frosty last night. I looked out the window like later, and it was definitely ice on top of the cars. But by this morning, it was like 8 o'clock-ish. It was pretty respectable again. You had freeze as well. Yeah, it was. So it's just. So it is some of them. how you do it, mate. Get your get that code working, man. Do you know what I'm going to do though? In fact, you know, I'm going to do it now. While I'm on stream and while I'm thinking about it. I'm trying to remember where to find you on this now. So, 3 new applicants. Is it program? Nope. Contacts. Absolutely the right place to have the list of people who are affiliates. Surely they'd just be under a thing called affiliates, wouldn't they? 4 days off, Rosie. What are you going to do with yourself? Oh, here's an interesting one. So, Bunker, you've actually had 3 people who've already visited my site off your link. Rosie, 2 people have used yours, and 9 have come in from Kev. No orders, like I'll say. This is just visits. So I'm gonna upgrade you from. I'm gonna put you on the 20% discount one, Bunker. And you too, Rosie. So basically, anybody who uses your link gets 20% off instead of the 10% off. Because you guys keep me company all the time, it's only fair, isn't it? Hey, you're on YouTube, how you doing? Can you hear the kids in the background? Right then, guys, there you go. So Bunker and Rosie now, as well as Elston and Kev, all get the 20% discount for anybody that uses our link. Rosie, I read that comment there. Gonna bring some escort parts from the parents and store them somewhere on Friday. Now that we watched the Jeffrey Dahmer thing recently, and that's immediately where my mind went with that. Forgot an escort's a car. Oh dear. Wasn't just me then, Bunker. No, your code is the same. The code you use is absolutely fine. Your affiliate link is the same. But you just now have. So Rosie, your code, for example, is. Does it tell me on here? Is it going to show me? No, it's not. Okay. Yeah, so your affiliate code is white_rosedragon. And then you use the same affiliate link. Basically, all that happens is when people use your code, so if they use your affiliate link, then you get 10% commission off everything they buy. And if they use your affiliate code, they get a discount as well. So it's white_rosedragon for you, all capitals. Bunker, yours is bunker_gaming, all capitals. And yeah, they basically they just get a discount, so they're more likely to spend money basically. So they're more likely to come and actually buy stuff, which means that you're more likely to make the commission. Incidentally, if anybody else wants to sign up and become an affiliate, if you're going to go and pimp it around on the internet, or if you're on YouTube or any other social media, if you're painting my models and you want to show them off and maybe make yourself a few quid in the process, you can go on to thelionstower.com and you can click the button at the top that says register as an affiliate. You fill in a couple of questions, and basically after that you get an invite, or you get accepted to be an affiliate. Yeah, man, do it. Oops. Of course it would. Just tell them it's models, I'll be fine. We actually had a party, one of the kids' parties recently, and they came out with one of the parents. They'd spoken to me on a previous party, and he says whose dad does modelling again? And then like loads of the mums perked up listening for it, and obviously getting the wrong end of the stick when you use the word modelling. I like it, Rosie. Has anybody done that yet? Has anybody actually gone and set up an OnlyFans page and literally just tried to sell fans? Because if they haven't, they're missing a trick. Ah, you turd. I totally did that back to front, didn't I? Oh, okay, yeah, so basically last night, mate, or yesterday afternoon, I started sculpting this character called Everard for Winter's Tales. So Chronicles of Aelwyn, Winter's Tales, they're actually live at the moment. If you go to, have a look at Winter's Tales on Twitch, they're an Australian like D&D streamer. So they've got a proper like studio set up, really high production value, everything they're doing is looking pretty cool. And yeah, basically the issue AJ's having there is that all of the whole world, the bad guys and everything, the characters, the races, everything is complete homebrew, which unfortunately means that she can't just get access to miniatures. So she's reached a point where she was kind of like, we need somebody to kind of like do models for us, and she got in touch with me and said, like, you know, here's where we're at now, you know, what do you think? And kind of after the initial chat, she kind of won me over, and I was sold on the idea, and I was like, yeah, you know what, let's do it, let's make it happen. So we're working in partnership together to make it work. So AJ's going to give us some help growing my audience and kind of, you know, helping me to kind of build my business at the same time as I help her with her mini range and, you know, getting everything polished and customised for her so that she's got something that represents the Chronicles of Aelwyn, so that she can use them on stream. In fact, if you watch if you go over onto her stream, you'll probably see a load of my models making an appearance as like bad guys. I think she's got some like assassins and things cropping up today. So, well, she said that was what she was doing anyway on stream yesterday, but hopefully that's not a spoiler for anybody, because, like I say, it came from AJ's mouth, not mine. So yes, I'm just doing the. This is one of the player characters called Everard. So I'm just getting him ready for the campaign. Oh, 1 second, guys. Let me just tell Hayley that someone's at the door, because she's clearly in the garden and hasn't heard it. Sorry about that, guys. The doorbell's rung like twice or something like that, and I thought Hayley was going to get it. It's my son's mate's dad come to pick him up. But yeah, he's because she's been out in the garden with the kids. I think she actually heard the doorbell. So yeah, as I say, this is the first of the player characters. I believe there are 6 of them. There's a couple of other cool things coming too, some custom monsters. I don't know if you saw before, let me just show you again. This chap. So you can see, if I just turn it on, there's a human for scale. So it's a decent sized rock monster. So I just need to add a little bit more. It's pretty much finished. It was a rush job for her to get it up on the thing in an FDM printer. So I haven't done too much in the way of texture, but I'm going to go back in and just add some actual stone texture to the wings. A few more cracks and things like that, get that one finished up, and then the tail needs to be a bit stony. So yeah, you'll be able to get that from Winter's Tales web store, so they'll be selling them, and we're just talking about kind of me doing the production side of things for resin fulfillment. We're just trying to work out logistics of it at the moment, because they sell dice from another supplier as well, and then they've got things that they sell themselves, which they do directly. And then if I'm doing miniatures and you go onto their website and buy the miniatures and some like badges and stickers and things like that, which they're fulfilling, and then you're also getting the stuff that the dice company's fulfilling, you're going to end up paying shipping 3 times over from 3 different locations around the world. So we've got to try and like streamline it all a little bit. And then the other thing we've been working on as well is the Varokin. So these guys are basically, they're the mounts that the characters are using. So these are like basically what these guys have got instead of horses. So it's like a 4-eared cat with some shaggy legs and a big like long raptor tail that they use as a counterbalance. But the saddle's supposed to be big enough for like 2 characters to sit on at the same time. So they, actually there might be 12 characters. That's why. But yeah, there's 6 of these in the party that we're going to be using. So yeah, it'll be nice. It'll give us a bit of a good bit of stuff to work with, and like I say, hopefully we'll have all the models available for you in resin and STL fairly soon. Speaking of mounts as well, I've got another mount coming for from my Kingdom of Talaria soon too. So you know we had the Chocobos originally. I'll show you the next one. I've got the artwork for it. I've had the artwork for ages. It's just an awkward thing to actually physically draw. Sorry, not draw. Sorry, the drawing was easy. There's an awesome artist called Ichanjo. Check him out on Instagram. But he's it looks really smart. Proportions and everything are exactly what I asked for. But every time I've tried to sculpt it, it catches me out. And it's one of these things where there's a slight disjoint between the artwork and the actual finished kind of sculpt, because you can't. It's suggestive in its kind of like armor patterns and things like that. Not in a kind of a sexual way, of course, but it kind of implies it's implied. Or like I say, it's suggested that there's detail there, but it's not shown in the illustration. So trying to figure out where I put it now. Concepts, is it? No, not in concepts. Graphic assets. There we go. Can't even find it now. Hi guys, if you're wondering what Bunker and Rosie are chatting about, on the stream yesterday we were talking FDM printing, and I forget who it was now. Was it Kimmer was it? Saying about using like a filler primer on FDM prints to kind of help normalise out the ridge layers in the print lines. Ah, here we go. So yeah, here are the characters. So this is the Drake. This is going to become a mount. And one of the issues I had was I wanted him to be like an armoured dragon without wings kind of thing. So you know, have this kind of like almost like cat-like visual, but with, you know, the dragon head and whatever else. and I really like the illustration. I like the colours. Everything kind of gels for me. But then in terms of actually where these kind of like armour lines would be, I find it difficult to try and kind of then interpret that into an actual miniature that can move. You know what I mean? So this is a little bit easier to kind of get, but I think we're talking like armour on the head and on the back of the neck and then onto the tail, but then the bit on the body, it's kind of, it feels weird not having the armour there, so I think I kind of need to do it almost without the armour plates and just use scales on it instead. So that was this one coloured up, which again I love that. I think that looks ace. But what's on the hands here, this kind of scaling, I think is probably better suited. And then we've got the Behemoth, which is it's going to be another mount, but probably going to have an ogre on that one. You know, the Order of the Behemoth ogres. Possibly put them on it. So they're the things we're looking at using anyway. That'll be the next wave of mounts. And then obviously, as Kev requested the other day as well, we're going to do some airships. And he wanted a goat-based airship design for the dwarf engineer, Sydney. So yeah, we might do that as well. Yeah, they do. That was kind of the point, I think, was to kind of have that. Let's say that chicken, that bird-like kind of, you know, like the chicken scales, chicken leg scales. Let's just straighten that out because it looks a bit too much there. And loads of folds. Loads of folds and creases and stuff here, and then I think it's one of them too much of a good thing kind of bits. Just doesn't feel right, so I'm going to take a few out. What's that, Rosie? Yeah, a subtle link between dinosaurs and birds. Yeah, for definite, man. Yeah, definite. A little bit of shared anatomy and why not, you know. That's better. That's a little bit. It's a bit less over the top, isn't it? Oh, very nice, mate. Is that the male druid with the antler helm? If you want better renders and pictures and stuff, I can give you the full size, the full size stuff. In fact, actually, do you know what? DM me on the Discord, and I think I've got the original concept art for that. You might have a better time using the concept than the model. Concept was ace. Yeah, I'd love to see that. Oh, yep, okay. Let's pop a chain between them. Let's turn the lighting off first, so that ain't gonna work. Let's inflate them so they actually resemble a chain. Or they'll print as a chain in the model at least. I'm just going to stretch them out so they actually fit. Actually, you know what, let's come back a bit. MCU did do elves. Oh crap. Oh, the MCU elves were bad, weren't they? Did not like them at all. The triggers, that. What? I don't get it. What's going on? How about now? Yeah, no worries, mate. You take it easy, take it easy, dude, and I'll have a catch up later. Remember to message me later then, and I'll sort them out for you. You take it easy, Rosie. Ah, cheers, mate. You'll remind me if you don't forget. I love it. I'd say the same, but I mean, honestly, what are the chances I'm going to be the one that remembers? Do you know what I mean? Let's inflate these. Yeah, I didn't I didn't click the typo there, mate. I didn't click it. I didn't spot it. Sorry. Didn't click it. Makes it sound like I didn't physically click it. I didn't click there was a typo. I think Hayley's got about 4 minutes apiece now before the second play date starts, so she don't do herself no favours. She moans at me and tells me my planning's bad, but you won't find me booking play date after play date consecutively back to back. Yeah, I have that one occasionally, actually. The only thing I remember is that I've forgotten something and I don't know what. Is that a bloke thing, do you think? Or are we just special? Right guys, that one's nearly done now. I'm just going to dash off, go to the loo and grab another brew, and then I'll come back and carry on with this for a little bit longer. So we'll have, I'll have this guy finished off. I just need to detail him up, and then we'll do a bit of supports on him, get him exported and get him supported. Thank you, Bunker. Mate, you should be putting your code in there. Pimp your code instead. I'll just put you on a BRB anyway. Anybody's watching, you want to go and have a little browse in the store. If you're in the UK, you're getting free shipping at the moment for this month, as well as a discount on the products if you're using the discount code. And very nice. I need to scroll up a little bit and see what's going on at the current. Chaz and Adam, how are you doing, guys? On Facebook, good seeing you both. Right, I'm going to be back in a minute, so don't go away unless it's in the web store. I'll see you in a minute. Right, guys, we're back in now. Let's get the stream up. There we go. So, let me get my funky glove thing on. Let's get this jacket detailed and done. Okay, so then the other thing to add is there was a few straps around his sleeve, so let's just get them in there. Cheers, my cat. I don't want symmetry on this bit now, but I'm going to just scrub these in. Oh, excuse me. Right, there's some detail on these straps that I don't know if I'm going to be able to do or not, but we'll see. I think that's doable. A bit more resolution than that though. this one round here, so there's a little bit of asymmetry for it. Playdate number 2 is well underway, by the way, guys. If you can hear in the background, you can hear him in the garden, playing with Dottie the tortoise, jumping on trampoline, having lots of fun. Get some resolution on there, so pump that up to a decent size. Just a few little fine details here now. Let's delete that. Now I need to put a this bead gold chain thing. So there's a few ways I could do this, but I'm just going to go for the most straightforward, basic way I can manage. There we go. Just bring that back. Let's just bring that in. And I need the curve brush. Curve tubes, it's called. Let's use curved tubes, and we'll just run a little tube back here, not that big. That big's fine. And I need my stroke settings to be bend start, bend end, lock start, lock end. And what that will do is that will make sure that the start and the end of it stay in one place, and then I can position the actual rest of the curve. So that's going to there. Okay, so that's going to come around here like that. I need to shrink it down a touch more. That's probably about right. Let's touch that down, and then the next one I need to go round more. Go. Let's go. Oops. Let's just carve some of this away so it doesn't. That's it. Nice, nice, nice. I'm just going to bring this dagger and his sleeve together. Just going to do this first though, because otherwise that's going to be a freestanding thing. There's that tiny little gap there. If I can close that, that's just going to be just better for everyone. There you go. Right, so there's no point of contact there, there's no supports needed, it will be self-supporting and whatever else. So let's just take his arm, let's just bring his arm in that way. Right, now I'm just going to take a few cuts through here. So it's very nearly done now. All that I've got left to do is just the kind of piping around the outside of the lapels and stuff. Let's just do this as a manual thing, so I'm just going to draw it on. Make sure I've got back face mask turned on here, and that'll make sure it doesn't pull through from the other side. just tidy this up a little bit on the corners. Now this kind of detail you can do by masking it and inflating it, or you can do it by using the curve tools. Just running a curve around the edges. But again, this is where the scale of the model comes into play. We don't need it to be that perfect and refined and clean or anything else. We can just do that as long as you maintain an even thickness across the model, then it's passable. The only time I would say don't ever use this method, by the way, is just if you're if you're not able to kind of get a uniform thickness on it. So if it ends up like you get some really thick bits and some really thin bits and whatever, and then it looks a little bit too irregular and doesn't quite wash them. Merging the sleeves now into the rest of the coat. That bit in there, that just needs closing up because that's a piddly little gap that is just going to cause problems. We don't want that. Final bit. And there we go. All finished. Oh, hang on a sec. Let me just put his lighting back. Right, so let's do bluey grey, is it? I think. Cheers, Bunker. I think AJ will be happy with that. Just realised he's got teeth somewhere. Where have I put the teeth? Definitely made him some teeth. Is it that loud, is it? Well, that could be in his mouth, but... Oh, do you know what it could be? Do you know what I just thought? I turned his head... Yeah, there they are. You're right, Bunker, they were in his mouth. But they were not in his mouth. I moved his head, didn't I? I lifted his head up. I raised his head and I must have left the mouth in the wrong place. Well, it paid off, mate. I hadn't thought about them. I forgot I'd moved the head. I know I'd made them, I just thought I'd just delete them by accident, if I'm honest, but... Right, guys, I need to ask you a question here on colour. What is that, like a blue, or are we dealing with black there, do you think? 'Cause I'm thinking it's blue and gold, and then black and red and gold on the coat. Let's go for... maybe that's not quite right. Oh, do you know what, I'm going to need to do the gold first, I think. I ain't going to see it otherwise. Oops. Let's get my paint back on. So the poly painting here, by the way, is purely for presentation. There's no... you could use the colour as 3D printing. So you could put the colour into a 3D printed model using a colour 3D printer, like only games use. However, it's not that effective. I'm still not convinced by the technology for the colour printing at the moment. We'll see. It might prove me wrong. They messaged me the other day, actually. Alex at Only Games messaged me asking me if I was interested in doing the Warlock as a colour one. But I think the price would be like prohibitive on it, to be honest. It's such a big model. Only Games prices are quite expensive for production anyway. And I think if we had that in colour, I think it'd just be... we'd have to be charging hundreds of pounds for it. I'm just not sure it would sell and be worthwhile the effort. I'd want like... I'd need to sell about, 10, 20 of them minimum to kind of cover costs. Possibly even more than that, actually, with them ones, but I just don't think it would be a viable option. So we're looking for basic colours at the moment. So nothing too flashy. No like highlights or anything just at the moment. Get some of these brown bits done, leather. That one's more of a grey brown. And that's going to be red. And that bit will be gold. These will be gold. That will be gold. His trousers, they are virtually black. Right. Right, so his coat, I think we're dealing with black again, aren't we? So some red, some black. There you go, I can overpaint and overshoot on this one, and I can come and tidy it with the red afterwards, so that's not a problem. Let's just do that. A little bit of an issue there with the mesh running through, so let me just correct that. Nearly there with the yellow trim. There we go, that is almost as good as the old blob marine meme that you see. Quality, that's what you get, quality. Okay, we're going to go in with the red now. I'm just going to try and, come on. Just going to go, oh, go away. We're going to go in with the red, we're going to trim it all up and get the, get all the cutting in done. This whole thing is like a bit like colouring in a model using Sharpie pens. It's an odd feeling actually. Well, there we go then. So she doesn't know it yet, but if she goes to Kickstarter with us now, we've got some lovely presentation ready models that we're going to be able to kind of throw up into the this little Kickstarter fund. Like get a little bit of interest going. presentation is important on a Kickstarter. Sure how far up the back you're going to see on this guy, so let's just, yeah, we don't need to go any higher than that, that's cool. I just realised I do need to do that, no, not that. I need to do a trim around the collar. Are you? You arsehole. When did I last save that? Did I save it at all with a colour? No. Alright, screw it then, we're not doing colour today. There's no way I'm going back doing all that right now. I'll do it another time. Fucking ZBrush. God, it makes me want to scream sometimes, this program does. Oh dear. Right, on that note guys, that's just wiped me out, that has. Get it finished to send her as a print, eh? dear. Right. I've just realised I've got other bits I need to do, so rather than bore you guys all and do it all on stream again, I'll just do it all offline. So I'm just going to save that there for now. Let's go find his teeth out again. Right guys, so I've got a client meeting tomorrow at 10 o'clock again, so I need to have a little sit down and go through a few things with them, and then after that stream's finished, all being well, I'll jump back on and do another one. And then on Thursday I've got a bit of peace and quiet going on around me, so Hayley's taking the kids out somewhere with her sister, I think, or two of her sisters, and it's not a very big flat, so I'm not going to be going as well. I'll be staying here and doing some work, so I'll be doing a stream on Thursday. Again, should be about 10ish that they're actually going out, so good chance I'll be actually on stream at about 10. And then next week we've got a little bit disruption. We're taking the kids to Twycross Zoo on Tuesday, I think, as long as it's not absolutely hammering with rain. But we are taking the kids. We've bought tickets. We should be going. I think that's the only thing. Now we are waiting for Hayley's doctor's appointment to be confirmed again, so I'll have to take her to that when that comes round. So whenever that is, I don't know. They've not got in touch yet. Well, they've tried today and she missed the call. As soon as she knows when that is, I'll let you guys know if it's going to affect the stream as well. Right, so there we go. So there it is, about 90% done. Oh, knackers, I just merged all that in then, didn't I? Okay, so I'm going to resculpt the trim on the coat, read all the little details and stuff like that, and then I may start going back through adding colour again. But I haven't got it in me to do it right now after the crash and losing half the model's colour. My own fault for not saving more regularly, knowing exactly how ZBrush functions. And as there's only 2 of you guys on stream as far as I can see at the moment, I'm not going to go and raid out to anybody. I'm just going to say thank you for joining me today. And I'm going to log off and get going, I think. Got some orders to prep, get some things sent out for post-chalk on orders and whatnot. So thank you all for joining me again today, and I'll say hopefully be back on like tomorrow afternoon. And we'll do some of the crystal collapse sculpts again. We're going to get back on that bandwagon and get that rolling, so it's ready to go after the Warlock Kickstarter. So thank you all people, thanks everybody for joining me, and I will leave you there. So I'll just say adios and later taters. Bye bye.